What's going on, guys, and welcome back to another video. So here's what I want to do today. This is more of an impromptu video because there's two major issues that nobody really wants to talk about, and I want to address these. I want to address these because the first one, there's a potential issue of gas prices, for one, jumping by about 9% in 1 week, and that is this coming week. I also want to talk about how we are potentially going to see a major gas shortage, which is going to cause prices to increase even more and gas stations to be completely out of fuel. As we lead into Memorial Day weekend, I just want to be 100% clear. You could travel to a certain destination, certain location, and that place could be completely out of fuel. So you may not be able to get home. I just want to be clear, this could potentially happen. This is what experts are warning us about right now. There's also another issue. That's the first issue, that gas prices could jump. We could see shortages. The second major issue is food experts are now predicting that we are going to have a major food crisis by August 1st. That's actually 10 weeks away. Okay? 10 weeks, 70 days. We could see a food crisis before that. Now, I want to address these two issues, and if you have any questions on any of this stuff, please ask your questions down in the comment section below. Honestly, nobody wants to admit these things are coming, and there's probably good reason. We haven't seen these, right? We haven't seen these issues combined. That's one of the big struggles right now, is how do we fix this? It's very difficult to fix this situation, and a lot of people are looking at the Biden administration. Honestly, the Biden administration is going to do very little. And I'm not trying to bash President Biden and the administration or Democrats or whatever. That's not what I'm trying to do. What I'm trying to do is get you to understand there's other issues, especially over in Ukraine, dealing with Russia, right? Still dealing with COVID. Now we got monkeypox that we may need to deal with. And then there's this potential crisis with China potentially going to invade and try to take over Taiwan. Again, the Biden administration is going to do what they can, but experts are telling us, officials are telling us, these two issues, gas prices and the food crisis, may be untouchable. There may be nothing we can do about it at this point. So, let's talk about this, okay? Because honestly, according to AAA, they're predicting 39 million people are going to travel this weekend. In 5 days, 39 million people are going to be traveling this coming weekend. That's going to be difficult. The reason for this is actually pretty simple. Many people want to get out. We know about 89% of the people that are going to travel this weekend are going to travel by car. Flights are going to be booked. Roads are going to be packed. Gas stations will likely be out of fuel. Or, like I saw 2 weekends ago, is gas stations weren't just out of fuel. The ones that had fuel had limits. At a 15-gallon limit. That was tough because I knew 15 gallons where I was at was just a little more than I needed to get home. So that was tough. But again, that's all part of it. We also know as more people travel, gas will become an even shorter supply. And as this happens, as gas becomes even tougher to get and demand is increased because of Memorial Day weekend, guess what? Prices are going to surge. Many expect they're going to top $5 in 1 week. We're going to see nationwide gas prices will be at $5. They're already $5 where I'm at. And let me know down in the comment section below, how much is gas per gallon where you are at? And just to give you, my sympathies to people in California, you guys are overpaying. You guys are really overpaying. So I feel for you guys. And just to throw this out there, if you live in California or you plan on traveling in California, as of July 1st, you're going to see an increase to the state gas tax. As of July 1st. Remember how Governor Gavin Newsom was saying, don't worry, we're going to provide $400 gas vouchers, gas cards to people with a vehicle. No, that's not what's being discussed now. Now it's, should we postpone the new gas tax or just let it go? the expectation is it's going to roll right in and people are going to have to pay it. So gas prices are going to go up even more. But let's talk about the second big issue. And I really want to touch on this one because this is something that I've been warning people on for the past couple of months, is that food experts are predicting that we're going to see a major food crisis by August 1st. That's the expectation. Now, what happens during summer months? And I just, bear with me for a second. Here's what happens. Children are now back at home. They're not at school. So schools aren't feeding the children the smaller meals, right? More filling items. Now they are pretty much being forced to eat at home, and their parents are having to provide for them. Here's the issue. Many children don't get the proper nutrition at home as they do in schools. They get chips, they get things that don't really fill them up. They're not the best thing for them. Well, this is what experts are saying. Children are more likely to eat more food, so are parents, in the summer months just because they are home. That's it. So food is going to be in even shorter supply during the summer. They also say there's more barbecues and get-togethers around this time of the year, which means food is being consumed even more. They also say the problem that the odd temperature changes is causing lately is actually causing crops to go bad. Yeah, I'm not making this stuff up. You can go read all this stuff, but that's the issue, is that you have to go and look for this information, which is one of the things that I do. As an investor, I try to look and see, okay, do I want to invest in Kroger? Maybe not, because they're seeing some issues. There's a lot of expired goods. The food that they're getting in some cases is not coming in as frequently because the farmers aren't able to produce as much as they used to. So as an investor, I'm looking into this stuff. But I can tell you, mainstream media, your Fox News, your CNNs, they're not really looking at this information. That's why I want to provide this to you. And again, if you can, go and share this video with your friends and family over on Facebook so they too know what's going on. But then here's the kicker. All this stuff's happening, but then on top of that, experts say you throw in the fact that China's lockdown and diesel prices are hurting farming. This is actually going to make matters even worse. Let me explain what's happening here. Farmers who use tractors, what kind of fuel do they use? Most likely diesel. Well, what if the tractor breaks down and it needs a new part? Where do you get a lot of these parts to a tractor? Well, or even the farm equipment. Chances are it's coming from China, China is currently locked down in many locations simply because of COVID. They have a zero COVID policy. So that's the struggle there. And honestly, I wish I could tell you that, things are going to get better, don't worry about it. But here's what experts are telling us now. Go and stock up. Go and buy some food. Because if you wait too long, if you wait until the middle of the summer, chances are the food will be gone. You will not be able to see it. There will be nothing to buy. Now, this brings me back to March of 2020 when we were dealing with the initial shock of COVID. And what did everybody do? They went to go buy toilet paper and they went to go buy water. Toilet paper is still out there. Water is actually becoming harder to get, because of, for one, shipping. Two, producing plastic bottles, right? The recycling of them. Third one is water sitting for too long. And I addressed this yesterday, that if water sits in the sun or in the heat for too long, I think it's like 5 days, the water would be unsafe to drink. Okay, so I'm not trying to spread FUD. Not trying to worry you. I'm not, the sky is falling. I'm just trying to get you to prepare for what is coming. Now, honestly, nobody wants to admit what's coming because they've never seen this before. We've seen an expert say we've had food crises in the past. That's nothing new. We've even had gas prices rise out of control and they had to be somewhat tamed. We've seen these. But experts say we've never seen these two things happen at the same time as we are still in a pandemic and there's another virus potentially being transmitted. That's what we're getting. Now, honestly, I wish I could tell you that things are going to get better. But that's not the case. That's the struggle. And every day, I'm sitting here on my iPad, I'm reading, trying to consume all this information so that I can feed it to you and so you guys understand what's really going on. Because honestly, it's not great news. It's tough to read on a daily basis. But at the same time, I made a promise to you guys, made a promise to myself and my family as well. I'm going to make sure everybody knows what's going on. All right? So these are two major issues nobody really wants to admit is coming, but I want to make sure you are aware of what's happening, because when you know what hits the fan, things are going to get worse. And as news outlets start to get all this information, they're like, hey, we need to make sure we are stocked up. Everyone's going to the store, get all the goods. Guess what happens then? You go to the grocery store after a couple days of the mainstream media saying, hey, it's coming. And guess what? You got empty shelves. That's what's going to happen. So again, gas prices are expected to jump by about 9% in just 1 week. That is this week. And also, food could potentially be in short supply by August 1st. So keep those 2 dates in mind. If you have any questions whatsoever, please ask your questions down in the comment section below. Again, just want to thank you guys for watching. Have a wonderful rest of your day. Consider subscribing, and I'll see you guys on the next one.